Alright. The title of this is Feminism, Fascism, and Fairness. It's intended to be sociology. The primary differences between a feminist and a Nazi are A, where the Nazi prefers violence delivered in a personal manner, the feminist prefers violence delivered via the court system. And B, the feminist bases propaganda on gender instead of race. Both ideologies are divisionist and supremacist. Both consider harm suffered by bystanders as acceptable collateral damage and justifiable in pursuit of power. Both rely on a demographic scapegoat for blaming problems on. When committing injustices in pursuit of power, both make use of blaming the victim. All of these things also apply directly to the variety of fascism which is currently dominant, corporatism. Corporatism has done terrible harm to the world's economy. It presents a dire threat in the danger that institution of a totalitarian police state might succeed. It relies on being able to sway the gullible masses and persuade gullible security personnel to do the dirty work required. The crucial difference between corporatism and other variants of fascism is that corporatism continually changes the identity of its scapegoat. That being the case, I can say this in its favor. Demographically, it's fundamentally egalitarian, both in its qualification of recruits and its selection of victims. Another way of summing this up would be to say it's an equal opportunity abuser. In reality, complete equality is a myth, not achievable in practice. The functional equivalent of perfection. Some individuals will always be more productive than others. Some will always consume more than they produce or deserve. These two characteristics are not mutually exclusive and will both be true regarding some small segment of the population. In our current society, this is the case regarding the ruling class. not only are they more productive, but they also consume more than they produce, and more than they deserve. Yet, despite the difficulty of achieving or sustaining equality in rights and responsibilities, and a fair distribution of resources, the principle of equality is a worthy standard for use as a guideline in pursuit of fairness, improvement of society, and improvement of quality of life, both the populace and individuals. In their position of advantage, the ruling class obstructs development of any philosophy which would have fairness as its primary goal. They do this because they consider it to be in their best interests, enhancing their position of advantage over others to do so. In control of both education and distribution of data, they've generated a philosophical wasteland containing only philosophies they've endorsed. Other varieties of fascism have been allowed to flourish, but only to the point of serving their interests. Some activism for social concerns have been allowed to flourish, just enough to generate a level of unrest which can produce scapegoats to blame problems on. Where is the philosophy which has rationality, compassion, and fairness as its central tenets? That's what I need to discover. Or failing discovery, construct.